Hey all. So a friend of mine, Gabe, he just sent me a pic of the basic budget mermaid Barbies designed by Angel Kent. They are currently available at the Dutch retail store Action, and there are a couple of Action stores here around the area where I live in. So I'm gonna be hunting for those budget mermaids, and we'll see how about I give them a restyle, because they're very pretty. They have the Tori as well as the Asha face sculpt. I think I had mentioned in a previous video of mine where I was talking about racism in doll retail here in Europe, how when it came to the butterfly dress basic budget Barbies from last year, we did not get the Asha face darker skin tone budget Barbie here. So this is my opportunity to get one, finally. So this is going to be a ride, I can tell you this much, because this was the first of my many visits to Action. Now this store is located quite close to the place that I work at, so it's just a 5 to 10 minute drive depending on the traffic. I did not find the mermaids, but I did find the current lineup of fashionistas. And I was digging through to see if they had the few ones that I actually liked, which are the one with the purple plaid dress, and I have now the one with the June sculpt in my hands. She is very pretty, but I hate her dress, and I don't know whether I want to rebody her and do something with her. And then I saw the one with the braces for the first time. Did not care for her. It's just a gimmick if you ask me. Then I found the one with the purple flat dress, but this one was super wonky. You can see that she was squinty on one eye and cross-eyed as well, so I let her be. I eventually crossed paths with one that I liked, and that one I restarted, and I think I put a photo collage on my community tab so you can see what I did with her on there. Now while I was at Action, I thought, hey, how about checking out these budget fashion packs to see if I find something very exciting or interesting. But they were just the same old ones that I was already familiar with. Now if you are interested in wanting to see me check more of these out, because the one compilation video of me checking these out is quite outdated by now. You can see that the packaging style has changed, and the clothes themselves also look quite different to the ones that I did take a look at, I think, a year or a year and a half ago. But yeah, I did not find anything that was really outrageously exciting. Now this one was cute. Maybe we're getting this one. Interestingly enough, it seemed to have some kind of mermaid fin pattern on the bodice of that one dress that I looked at right now. But no mermaid Barbies. Now I did go and take a look whether or not they had anything more interesting. They just had these basic princess zombie body Barbies. And then I did eventually find the one fashionista that has this very cute outfit on, whom I did eventually get. So that was a bust. They did not have the one that I wanted, nor did they have any of them. So there are 2 more locations in my area that I can check out, and that's what I'm about to do. So I made it to location 2, and let's manifest me actually finding these dolls. Now the second location, which is kind of like a 15 minute to 20 minute drive from the city I live in, that was even a worse kind of flop than the one previously, because they did not even have any kind of recent fashionista. They just had these old and dusty fashionistas that I'm not really interested in. And by that point I was like, do I really want to spend more gas money and check out the third Action location? So I did not end up doing that on this day. I did go there, and that's where I found the one purple plaid fashionista that I liked, but that was a couple of days after. Yeah. So while I might not have been lucky to get my hands on the budget mermaid dolls that I wanted, I did actually get this nifty little fashion pack. And did you know that Barbie fashion packs actually come with dolls these days? Huh. That's actually something I did not expect. Now, something that I'm really curious about is whether or not these fashions are going to be fitting on more vintage body types. Because ever since this little beauty here leaked, people were raving about the fact that this is very much 2000s, 1999 era Barbie. But I doubt that this will fit on the twist and turn body, but it might fit on the belly button body. Maybe it's going to be fitting on a hobbit body. So while this video did not turn out the way that I thought it would, why not continue to do a Barbie fit check? In lieu of me not finding the mermaid dolls, let's just take a quick look at this Barbie fashionista and her outfit and how her outfit fits on different doll body types. Now I've picked out an array of different dolls, but I can tell you this much, it did not fit on a 90s twist and turn Barbie because she has humongous boobs, so the top did not fit, and I didn't end up trying the pants on her as well. It looked very cute on the hobbit body Barbie. The top fit perfectly, but the waist part of the capri pants were a bit loose on her. It looked very cute on a Rainbow High doll. She actually made the capris look more like full-size pants, but the top was a bit loose. Now the Bratz body did not really fit this. The Bratz body is way too tiny for it, especially the top. It looked snatched on the Model Muse body, even though I had to pinch the pants together in the back, but the top fit perfectly. And a belly button body from the 2000s. It fit to a T, but it was a pain to get these pants on her because of her rubber legs. So yeah, after having tried to get my hands on those Barbies for the past week and a half here in Germany and not having been very lucky when it comes to that, I will go and cross the Dutch border and go to the closest action store that's in the Netherlands and see if I'm able to be lucky there. Literally crossing borders for dolls. Crazy, innit? But it's just a 45-minute, 50-minute drive to there, so it's not as crazy as it sounds. Maybe. So I ended up driving to this cute little Dutch town called Winschoten, and they had an action store that was open, and they had the mermaids. I was so excited. I was so fucking excited to see them. They did only have one of the middies, but I did not want the midi anyway. They did have tons of the Tori, so I was able to choose one that I liked the best. And they had two of the Christie, so I got this one. The other one that I looked at wasn't as pretty. Now with the Tori, there was a slight difference between each doll, and each one had kind of like one eye that was squintier than the other. One had pretty eyes, but then her lips were off-center or her brows were off-center. It wasn't symmetrical. This one looked super cute, but her lip paint was chipped. Her bottom lip did not have the lipstick applied to it perfectly. And this Asha had kind of like a denture in her vinyl on the right eye. So yeah, I got them. So finally got lucky in this cute little Dutch town called Winschoten. Correct me if I'm wrong, I have no idea if this is the correct pronunciation. I'm really excited to have gotten these. I finally got my hands on these two. I also got some trash to eat to calm my nerves. So now I'm going to be driving back home and I'll be unboxing these two for you. So after a wild goose chase for the past 2 weeks that eventually made me go across the border to a different country to get these dolls, I finally got my hands on these basic budget mermaid dolls designed by Angel Kent. So let's take a quick look at the box. You can see the Barbie logo on the bottom. The cardboard bag of the box where the doll is put onto has some underwater type of illustrations. On the bottom it says copyright 2021 Mattel, so I believe this is the copyright of the illustration that they used. Back of the box has their production code here. It's HGR06 for Christy and HGR07 for Tori. There's also the barcode here. What surprised me was the fact that the top of the box says that this is Barbie Dreamtopia, whereas I believed that this budget mermaid line was just under the general Barbie brand. Maybe it's just the cardboard that they repurposed, that has this printed on it, which is why it says it's part of Barbie Dreamtopia. In any case, if you ever want to find these dolls, good luck. There are some warnings written here, like warning small parts may be generated, as well as here. Water toys sometimes get messy, protect play surfaces before use. Drain, rinse, clean and dry all items thoroughly before storing, as to not develop any mold on these dolls. No fuss opening of the doll. You can just remove the cardboard back and the doll is free. Both dolls have their fins detached from them and you can just plop them in like so. The fin is more of a rubbery plastic, whereas the tail is solid and hollow. So let's start off by taking a closer look at Christy, who has the Asha face mold, here with a marking of 1999 Mattel. I do have a couple of vintage Asha dolls, so I'm going to be making a comparison later on. But for now, let's take a look at her. The color scheme of the mermaid here is very much giving me the same color scheme that the Mermaid's Nara doll has, who is super beautiful. I really love this color scheme that combines pink as well as purple. It does fit a mermaid theme. The back of her body has a marking that says Genuine Barbie 2021 Mattel, made in Indonesia. The only articulation she possesses is at her arms, her head, and that's it. Her tail does not move. Maybe you can count the flapping of the rubbery fin as some sort of movement that the doll possesses. She has beautiful black hair that's made of saran. I'm very happy to be reporting that. It's very well rooted. I'm quite excited to be rebodying her and giving her a restyle. Tori of course comes with the same points of articulation. She also has brown saran hair. She has a marking of 1998 Mattel on the back of her head, as well as the Genuine Barbie tag on her body, and the same 2021 copyright, as well as made in Indonesia. Her color scheme combines blue, turquoise and purple. Now the purple part that's on her tail does not go all the way around. That's the same case for the light pink part here on Christy's tail. Now I have two more beautiful vintage dolls that share Mermaid Christy sculpt here. This is Beat Blast Christy, and this one is Dress and Go Christy. Now the interesting thing with using vintage molds on modern dolls is the fact that the features are not identical to back when they were first produced, because the steel over time kind of does not have the same amount of detail in it. It flattens over time, the ridges get stripped off by overuse, having produced thousands upon thousands of dolls. You can see the features on the mouth and her nose are more pronounced here, because when the steel was used then, it still had more detail on it, and when you have a side view, you can see that her chin and her lip part is also less pronounced as it was originally. Nevertheless, I think all three dolls are beautiful, and I'm very excited about the fact that Barbie keeps on using older dolls molds on new products. You see, having these two dolls on toy shelves now is kind of like an anachronism, because you have molds that were created decades ago, used on products that are manufactured right now for a consumer that has no familiarity with these originally, which makes it way more exciting for us adult collectors to be getting these two, and I am super excited to have them now. Now, as far as the skin tone matches for rebodying goes, this one is quite a close match, so I'll be able to be rebodying her on the purple top Yoga Made to Move doll, and Tori is a close match for the green top Yoga Made to Move Nasa doll. I rebodied the fashionista with the leg prosthesis on this Made to Move body, but I'm going to be getting a new one for this Tori. So while I initially thought that I would be making a whole video of me finding these dolls, unboxing them, and then rebodying and restyling them, I'm going to leave you here for now, and I'm going to be putting the restyle portion in a next video. So I hope you enjoyed watching me try to get my hands on these two dolls. I also hope you enjoyed watching a close-up of these two in their full glory. And I might be catching you in my next video. Bye for now.